I grew up a believer. I was a Christ receiver. I was taught the stories and I was introduced to His glories. I'd read the Word and I'd feel the allure, and something deep within me would stir. I was shown the ways the things were done, the way that all of the songs were sung. I was taught not to lie and never to pry, and I saw the inside of many a kind, and they seemed to all be somehow intertwined. The conservative and the charismatics and everything in between, the ways of doing and believing and all the extremes. One thing they had in common is this man named Jesus. You see, I've had it memorized since the time that I was 3 that He came and He died for you and for me. But what has taken until year 33 for me to believe is that He came to set this captive free. I've had all the answers. I've worked for the church. I clung to religion while I searched and I searched. I looked hard and I dug deep. I went looking far and wide, and I decided that I had to leap. My experiences didn't line up with what they were saying. The message wasn't the same as what the Gospels were portraying. I needed to see if it was all real, if all of the preaching and teaching was worth the appeal. I felt like it was a powerless message that I was sharing. The hope that I was offering, it was just comfort and caring. There had to be more. This is not what I bargained for. I was let down time and time again, man failing to meet my needs, and I had become very aware of my sin. But all along, I was looking in the wrong place. What I needed to do was look directly at His face. I became tired and weary, and each step was heavy. The days were long, and I no longer felt strong. Life hit, and it hit hard. I always seemed to be thrown off my guard. Everything that makes the Christian walk away, how could I stay? The lies, the betrayal, the loss, the grief, the trauma, the shame, and of course, the never-ending blame. Control lost its place, and anger and rage filled its space. Dislike became hatred, and hatred fueled the disgust. I'm so tired of seeing people I love captive to the world's lust. 1 foot in and 1 foot out, I wanted to scream and let all of my insides out. I began to leak, and what came out was ugly and vile, coming from deep within, and my hope became very dim. I tried to keep it under wraps, make it seem like it was so much less, because no one inside the church knows what to do with the mess of the unraveling Christian who doesn't know what to believe and was never given permission to process, ask the hard questions, and grieve. I was so sick of performing and all of the yeses and I'm fines. I knew that it was my time. I had to step over that line. The line of the box that I drew to maintain control. I had to die to myself and put God back in His role. I needed to know and experience more of what those Gospels were written for. Performing for love was deeply seated, and I grew tired of meeting my need to be needed. I decided I'd had enough of all the talk, the routine, and trying to do my best. I decided to let go, to be, and to rest. What I found was not only in a book. All I needed to do was to look. I put down my religion, my duty, and my pride, and I'm learning to take it 1 step at a time.